This might be the most exciting review I've ever done because I got to try the very final product, the Hello Disc, that I helped design. To top it off, my name is on the box. I'll try to be as unbiased as I possibly can. I'm Kim Rosas. I'm a reusable period products expert, and I've tried pretty much every product there is to try. I have personally tested over 60 menstrual cups and discs in my body, and of those 60, you've probably seen quite a few of those reviews on YouTube and on TikTok and on Instagram. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more period-related content and reviews. So if you need help finding the right menstrual product for you, you can try the quiz on period.nirvana.com. I will be updating it at some point with the Hello Disc, but it's gonna take me a little bit. And if you're shopping for reusable period products, I would love for you to visit my store if you're in the US. It's called Period.Shop. It is a curated selection of the top quality, best menstrual product brands. And of course, you can get the Hello Disc there. It is real and people are using it, including myself. This is my review of the final Hello Disc that you can buy. You can buy. Hopefully you can buy. It's selling out and we're having a hard time keeping up with the demand. Let's open the box, do a little unboxing. So I love that the Hello Disc comes in a clear box. This is made from plant-based materials, so it's not plastic. But what's really great is that, let's say you're in a store and you were curious about the product just sort of showcases itself. It showcases the double loop tab, and you get to see before you open the box what it really looks like. And that can also be intimidating because menstrual discs are like super large looking until you know how they work. So I can see that being a little double-edged sword there. Menstrual cups look a little less intimidating, certainly compared to discs. And it does say it's a one-size menstrual disc, which I stand by. I think it's a great, most size-fits-all product. And excitingly, Hello Dream Team, the Hello Disc, is a design collaboration between Hello and period expert Kim Rosas. Kim Rosas is me. I didn't know that they were going to end up putting my name on the box and my signature. I found out as they were designing it, and I thought, you know what, they're going to take it off. They're going to take it off. It's not going to happen. Don't get your hopes up. But it was actually like a really exciting moment when I got the first packages that rolled off the assembly line and they sent them over as soon as they possibly could from New Zealand. Oh my God. It's real. Look at that.
Look at it.
Aww. Oh, it's really there.
Let me see it. Kim Rosas right there. That's Kim Rosas.
And it came right in time for my period to try as well. Could not have come a moment sooner because things are really kicking off in the period department and I need to put this in. I've tried the prototypes, so I know it works, but since the prototype, small changes have been made, and on top of that, they actually upgraded the silicone. So it was already really premium medical grade silicone. Hello decided to go up another notch, meaning this is essentially the best silicone that you can get for these products. When you open the box, you can pull out the sleeve, and it's that really, making a mess, super pretty Hello floral pattern, which is a very similar blue to the disc. And the final color of the disc, it's such a love it or hate it color, and it's sort of a chameleon because sometimes it looks a little greenish, sometimes it looks a little grayish, sometimes it looks a little baby bluish, and it's almost like whatever it is in front of, it kind of takes on that color. It is a little see-through, and of course has a double loop tab, and it has a shiny interior which is for easy cleaning, and you can wear the tab in different ways. It does come with the signature Hello embroidered pouch, which you have seen if you've ever seen a Hello cup. It's just a nice, simple drawstring pouch, and it comes with the instructions. I have heard a lot of great feedback about how detailed it is. I will give you a little heads up. Because this product is manufactured and it's also being sold in Australia, Australia has different regulations. They say you can only wear reusable period products of any brand not just Hello, of any brand for a maximum of 8 hours. In the US and multiple countries across the world, that is not the case. It's 12 hours. You should do what feels comfortable to you, but I personally feel like I can wear any reusable period product that's a high quality brand for a maximum of 12 hours, which is what I ascribe to in my testing for Hello Disc and for every product. The Hello Disc works just like any other menstrual disc. It is inserted vaginally. You want to kind of guide it towards the tailbone so that it sits under the cervix, and then you want to tuck the front edge up. The Hello Disc can be worn in 4 different ways, and each one allows you to remove it with a single finger. You can wear it tucked for low cervix, or if you're wanting to have penetrative intercourse or playtime, you can wear it flipped for an average cervix, you can wear it dropped for a high cervix, or you can even trim off one of the loops if that is more comfortable for you. There is a built-in notch here. You can trim, leave one loop, and that is kind of a last resort. I would try it flipped if you're brand new to Hello Disc first, unless you know you have a very low or a very high cervix. I just find this to be the most comfortable and easiest way to wear this disc. It's super easy to remove. And if you have a high cervix, it's super easy to remove because you can just leave it dangling. If you have a low cervix and you want to wear it tucked, you might ultimately find that you want to trim it, but I would try it tucked first just to see how it feels for you. But when you reach in, it can be a little bit more difficult to grab the loop if it's tucked, kind of go around it and behind. I like the loop that's closest to the disc because it gives you the most control. You can also grab it from the front. You can grab it from the front and twist. You can grab the second loop. You can grab whatever loop is easiest for you. One of the things I'm really proud of is the way that this disc is going to work for people who have traditionally not been able to use reusable period products, because not only is it suction free, so you don't have to break the suction, but you can just grab it in any way. So if you are someone who has certain disabilities that affect your hand strength or grip, or if you are of a certain size where reaching is an issue for you, this is a product that might be easier to use than a menstrual cup, but it's still reusable. For Hello Disc specifically, you want to fold it long ways, and there are a few ways of folding it. I like to tuck in the basket before I fold, and this is if I'm wearing it with it tucked. Because you can wear the disc different ways, you want to consider that when you're folding it. My critique of the insertion process, it can be hard to keep it slender as you're folding and inserting. You can hold it with 2 hands, and then you can push and push and push to kind of keep it folded slender. If you're finding that just using one hand and trying to keep it folded to insert is a problem. One thing you can do if you're brand new to discs, or if you are just getting your disc, your Hello Disc, and you want to give it a dry run just to kind of try things out, I would definitely recommend a water-based lubricant just to the front of the rim. You don't have to cover the whole thing, just do the front of the rim, and that helps it enter your body a little easier and also slide in a little easier and notch into place. With this particular model, you can kind of see it's sort of standing upright. When you insert a reusable disc, Hello Disc or any disc, you want to kind of guide it towards your tailbone first so that it tucks behind the cervix, because if it doesn't get behind the cervix, it's not going to be effective. And then once it's up as high as it can go, you want to tuck this front section up. And you can see in my model, and also sometimes in real life, if you're trying to wear it tucked, this loop might come undone as you're inserting, and that's okay. You can just take a finger and push it right back into place and tuck it underneath the basin. This disc is on the between average and firm side. It's a 3.5 on my firmness ratings, and so it has some firmness, but it's not really hard to fold, and it's not really soft. It's exactly where I think a disc should be, because it has enough of resistance when you're putting it in that it's really easy to get going, and it stays in place pretty well. When it comes to the concept of auto dumping, it does affect if it's likely to auto dump for you or not. In some ways, it's kind of hard to predict for each person, but discs that are on the firmer side tend to take a little more effort to auto dump. So it might still auto dump for you, but it might auto dump when you're having a bowel movement versus just auto dumping anytime you go to the toilet. I've spent most of my time with the Hello Disc, many cycles worth with the clear prototype, and I've had one full cycle with the Hello Disc Final. I've tried it trimmed, I've tried it tucked, I've tried it flipped. I can't wear it dropped because of my cervix height, but theoretically, I understand how that would work, and that was part of the design. As I've mentioned 100 times, my favorite way to wear Hello Disc is not tucked, it is flipped. So I'm gonna flip it, and then I'm gonna kind of fold it nice and small. I like to kind of hold it like this as I'm pushing it in. That way it stays narrow, and then as it goes in, I let go, and then I tuck it. So that's how I put in my discs, Hello Disc, any other disc. And I'm really on my period, so it's super lubricated. It went in so easy, and it tucked. After my last test of another product, that was a dream. And that's sort of the experience of a lot of disc users, where it feels very intuitive to insert. By no means is that everyone's experience, but you just kind of guide it in, and then you push this up, and then it's just kind of in place, and you don't have to worry about, is it sealed, is it open, do I need to go and open the cup's rim like you do with a menstrual cup? And that's one of the reasons I'm kind of team disc these days. And then for removals, it's kind of the star of the show, right? I have learned as a disc user that mess is okay. I'm comfortable with it, but the reason that Hello Disc was even designed is because I know that it is a huge barrier to using a disc, because people want a mess-free or a low mess experience, and the Hello Disc tab really does provide that. The first time I removed the Hello Disc prototype, it was some sort of, I wouldn't say it was a religious experience, but it was just like this total relief. I have basically put it in and removed it several times with both loops, and now I have trimmed it down to one loop, and now I have it. Makes a sound, sorry. And if you get it all the way up to your first knuckle, ideally you pull it out slowly, and you literally just let it flop, which it just did, and dump. And not have to worry about dropping it or it slipping out of your fingers. I'm on my period, so you can see that it just was like, so that's pretty cool. Seeing it all come together was amazing. It is 7:30 in the morning, and I have my heaviest period day. I'm going to remove the Hello Disc for the first time with just one finger, and it will be the first time I've ever actually removed it on my period, like my real period, to try. And it just auto dumped a lot, so it was full. And since I'm filming with my arm, it has to be one-handed. So let's see. I'm wearing it flipped. That was so easy and not messy at all. Oh my God, it works. Oh my God. I am so impressed and so excited. And continually, as I was trying this prototype and trying it in different ways, you know, if I auto dumped, I would get some blood on my finger because the vaginal walls had blood. But 9 times out of 10, I was having entirely mess-free removals, which is just unheard of with menstrual discs. This is where, if you don't want to see blood, you should fast forward. I'll put a little thing here. So this is what happened when I removed my disc. And I did not clean my finger. It's so clean. I've never removed a disc when it was that full with a clean hand. When you remove most menstrual discs, you either have to try to hook it with your finger and pull it out, which I've usually not been able to do with reusable discs. So I've always had to pinch them. And in the process of pinching, you usually get some spillage on your hand, spillage in either direction, and sometimes as you remove it, it spills more. I've gotten better over the years, but it's almost never low mess or mess free. I would say it's always typically low mess, and sometimes it's really messy. Countering that to my experience with Hello Disc, it's almost always no mess with some occasional blood on my finger only because it is a single finger action. I also found a way to show you removals from a bird's eye view of what you can really expect when you're using this product, because I think some people really want to know. But I came up with an idea. I cut a hole in a pair of leggings, and this really protects my private area while giving you a view. I am, however, going to mute these videos because I don't love the sounds that the disc makes. That is a con for the Hello Disc or any reusable disc. They tend to make a squelching sound. And that just, for me, is a step too far in sharing on the internet. But you can see that I am not exaggerating. The Hello Disc can be removed completely mess-free. It might take some practice, and you might want to see which way you wear the tab as far as which is going to work best for you, but it can be done. And just as kind of an aside, one thing about menstrual discs that I find annoying is how easy they are to be slippery and drop. When you have a loop for your finger that's securely around your finger, even if you are, you know, inebriated. Oh my God. It is so full. That was from touching it. That's actually the removal finger, and that's from touching it. And we go. It passed the slightly inebriated state. Whatever it is that loses your grip, the disc is going to remain on your finger so you don't drop it in the toilet, which can be a lifesaver in a public toilet scenario. What about long nails? I started my period and I put in the Hello Disc, and then I glued on fucking nails. And I've never put in or taken out a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc with nails. And they're glued on there pretty good, so I'm just gonna have to do it. Now, I think this is gonna go well because of the hoop. I didn't do this on purpose, but it gives me the opportunity to see if what I suspect is true, that it's friendly to nails. This is really scary because it feels so weird to have nails. Okay, so I'm wearing it in the flipped position. Okay, so I grabbed it with the nail first. Okay, I kind of pinched myself, but not because of that. Okay, so I ended up grabbing it with my thumb first. I did it. It was fine. I'm more concerned about inserting it than I am removing it because it had the loop, and that was really easy. So I'm gonna have to be super careful to angle the nails in and hope. This one's really scary. Like, I'm not ever scared. I'm scared. Oh, fuck, I just stabbed myself. I don't actually know how to use nails. Okay, so because the thing is behind the rim, I'm putting my finger behind that into the loop and then pushing like this with that finger. And I did it. It worked. I only stabbed myself twice. As far as cleaning goes, when they were designing this, I think it was actually Hello who had the brilliant idea of doing the shiny interior and then the matte exterior. One thing that I really didn't love about one of my other favorite discs was the texture was very tacky and just didn't feel premium. Not that my vagina really cares, it does not, but my hands kind of do. And I'm not a super sensory person, but some people are. And this matte texture is really nice to touch, whereas this tacky part is something you're not going to interact with, but that's going to wipe clean very easily. It's going to rinse clean. And there really are no crevices even when you wear it flipped. And another benefit to the Hello Disc in particular is it was designed with penetrative intercourse in mind. Because you can wear it tucked, which is the best way to wear it for that particular exercise, it is going to be flat against the basin, so whatever is going in is not going to be bothered by it. Sometimes the partner can detect it, but it's not a negative, it's not pain, it's just, oh, there's something there, and that makes sense. If they're hitting it, they might notice it's something different than usual. The test of, activities with it tucked went perfectly well, and I'm going to say after all of this, all of the testing this period, that it is the perfect disc. So this time it's tucked, so when I remove it, I'm gonna loop behind it, and I can still remove it with one finger, and there we go. It's out. Wait about 2 hours before you take it out because your vaginal canal lengthens with arousal. So it might be higher up, and especially if you are someone who tucked it for that particular activity, it might be harder for you to get out, but you can always squat. That helps you to be able to reach it a lot easier. And a couple people have noticed, myself included, that some funny things have happened during intercourse. One could be it might spin a little bit, so again, it might, have to dig more than usual to remove it. My interesting fact was that I had worn it flipped and had unexpected face cleaning activities. It actually felt fine, but somehow it came unflipped during the activity, which was kind of funny.
I need to pull the disc out, and fingers crossed it's reachable, because last night it was pushed up a little higher and it was in the flipped position, which we weren't supposed to do that. Oh, it's right there. It is a little bit harder to get out than usual. Interesting. So a little bit of mess, because this unflipped the tab so that it was tucked. So I did have to figure out that it was tucked, and the more you dig, a little messier you get. But even with that, that was it.
I should say that the Hello Disc does not leak for me. I feel like in all of the reviews that I'm talking, I'm like, it doesn't leak, because it doesn't leak for me. So yeah, it does not leak. I can wear regular underwear, and I never, ever, ever have to worry about leakage. It's hard to describe how much I love personally using this disc without it coming off as bias because of my involvement. But I like to remind people that it was all based on not only my personal preference, but the way I interact with so many other menstrual cup and disc users. I understand what they're looking for and what works for them and what doesn't. So it just so happens that what works for me and what was my preference represents a lot of other people. And the feedback already has been pretty phenomenal. I am, no lie, keeping a folder on my desktop, and when people send me notes or when I see comments or they tag me, I put it in there, because sometimes you just need a little pick-me-up. And the responses to Hello Disc have been basically almost all positive. And, as far as I've never had anything work this well for me, nothing has ever been comfortable, everything is always leaked except this. So, I'm super proud of what we ended up doing, and I am probably now having a hard time not using the Hello Disc for every period, because sort of my Goldilocks. But I am going to continue to test other products. In fact, I've already had another cycle since I tried the Hello Disc final version, and tried a different disc because people wanted to know about this other brand. So I'm still going to review things, and I will still be my unbiased self when it comes to how it compares to every other product, including the Hello Disc. I know, but it's my job. Speaking of other discs, let's do a little comparison of the other products on the market and let you see them kind of side by side. This is the Hello Disc, and this is the Nixit. And of course, Nixit is quite a bit softer, where Hello Disc is a 3.5 in the firmness rating, and Nixit is a 2. Core Disc is also 3.5 in firmness, but it is a slightly smaller diameter, and the rim is a different shape. Salt Regular compared to Hello Disc. They are similar in firmness, but again, their rim shapes are different, and the removal system is different. Cora and both salt sizes have a notch, and this has a loop removal. The Monthly's large, and I do want to say these are probably also similar firmness, and this has a removal notch, which I've never been able to get to work. The Monthly's small, same removal notch, and similar firmness. The Ziggy 2, which is an oblong shape, and it is about a 3 in firmness, and this is 3.5, and that's a little bit lighter, less firm rim, and this is the size B. Hello Disc and the Ziggy A, which is the smaller version of the Ziggy 2. The Luma Medium, which is a smaller diameter but a similar firmness than Hello. And the Hello Disc compared to the Luma Short, which is obviously going to be quite a bit bigger. This is the new Flex Reusable Disc and the Hello Disc. The Flex Reusable is firmer. I would say it's kind of like a 4.5. It's a thicker rim, but it's not as firm as their disposable. This is the disposable Flex, which is a lot firmer than Hello Disc. And this is the She Period, which is the softest firmness, reusable disc and also the largest in diameter that I know of, and it's oblong. So it's hard to do a review on a product that you were so heavily involved in, but I think ultimately I can really honestly say that the Hello Disc is my favorite period product of all. Well, that's everything. Thanks so much for watching this review. I hope everyone is excited as I am about the new Hello Disc, and I would love to hear what you think of it in the comments. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe and follow me on social media, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.